Welcome to Search for Signs. My name is Gary Willing. If this information interests you, please press the like and subscribe button and press the bell for notifications. Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about Maitreya and the return of the Masters of Wisdom, which is happening now as we speak. Now, Maitreya is the Christ, but he's not just for the Christians. He's the teacher for the whole world, for all religions. Doesn't matter whether you're Christian or Jew or Muslim, and even people who have no particular faith at all. The Buddha was the Buddha. Now, historically, there was a Gautama Buddha. Now, most people refer to Gautama Buddha as Buddha, but the Buddha is a different master. He worked through the disciple of the Prince Gautama, and gave his teachings at that time. And then some years later, Maitreya, who was still in the mountain regions of India and the Himalayas, worked telepathically through Jesus. There was a time during Jesus' life where Jesus was talking directly to the people. There's other times where it was maybe just Maitreya talking directly to the people. And then there's other times where maybe the two of them together were talking in almost like unison or chorus, or working together to teach the people. According to esotericism, only a select few of Jesus's closest disciples knew of his relationship with Maitreya. The majority of even his disciples, of the 12 disciples, and especially the people around that were just listening to him in the town and stuff, towns and the temples, had no idea. They just saw Jesus. Now, the Buddha, Prince Gautama, Jesus, and Maitreya, and none of these masters claim to be the true and only Son of God. Not one of them have ever made that claim. And all those claims were made after these individuals passed away, the Gautama Buddha and Jesus. Once their work was done and they passed away some years after that, that distortion crept in there. But these masters, when you see them, will never claim to be the only true Son of God. They're going to say that actually what they are is the potential for all of us, without exception. No matter how dim the light is in a person, they have the potential of being a master one day and being as creative and as loving as they are one day. And I know it's hard to see in humanity, on a day-to-day basis. Believe me, I see humanity all the time in my job, and you have to scrape the bottom of the barrel sometimes to find that light in them, but it's there, and according to the masters, that's what they see. When they see us, they see the potential. They don't see all the crap that's in. I mean, they see the crap too, but that's what they're really looking at. And it's interesting. I saw Maitreya one time, and I had made a prayer to him, some weeks before I saw him, and I kind of broke down, and I was at a low point in my life, and I said, I can't even call myself a disciple, because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not working the way I'm supposed to be working. And when I saw him on the street, I instantly recognized him as Maitreya just from my heartfelt response to what he was saying. But one of the things that he said to me was, he never judges anyone on whether they're good or bad. He only notices the good things that they do. So all the Christian churches talk about how you have to ask for forgiveness and this, that, and the other. According to Maitreya, he's not even looking at what you're doing wrong. He's only looking at what you're doing right. So that's directly from him. But so getting back historically, so Maitreya worked telepathically through Jesus, and other disciples historically have had the same experience. Mozart, a lot of his music was written by his master, who was different than Maitreya. One of the famous ones was Muhammad, who was actually overshadowed by his master at that time, which was the master Jesus. And Jesus actually is the author of the Quran. Now, I know a lot of Christians would not believe that, but esoterically, that is a fact. And so within the Quran is esoteric truths, just like there is in the Bible. There's a lot of distortions in the Quran, just like there is in the Bible. But at the core of it is the truth and the teachings of Jesus. But as we move forward, these masters are coming now out into the world. They're waiting for Maitreya. Maitreya is going to come out, is coming out first. Right now, Maitreya is doing television interviews, not claiming to be Maitreya or the Christ, only claiming to be a concerned citizen, giving practical solutions to our problems. Talking very simply, apparently too simple, because a lot of people probably haven't picked up on the fact that he is Maitreya. He doesn't look like this, even though I keep showing these pictures of him. This is how he looked in Nairobi, Kenya in June of 1988, but he doesn't look like that. That's why nobody's been saying, oh, that's him, because he's not on TV with a white robe and a little blue band around his head. He's not dressed like that. So, and he probably doesn't even look anything like this. But he's coming out on TV to talk to us and to help us solve our problems. Now, 500 years before Jesus lived, the Buddha made a prediction that around this time would come another Buddha, by name Maitreya Buddha, that would inspire and galvanize humanity to build a brilliant golden civilization based, as he put it, on righteousness and truth. And it's interesting that both the Buddha and the Apostle Paul described Maitreya in the same words. They said, a teacher alike of angels and of men. That's a biblical passage, and it's also in the Buddhist text, but that was a direct reference to who Maitreya is. Maitreya is not coming as a religious leader. He doesn't care about your religious beliefs. Only he wants you to be, if you're a Christian, to be a true Christian. If you're a Buddhist, follow the teachings of Buddha, because you'll find in his teachings a similarity, of course, because he was the one that helped write the Bible, so a lot of it is consistent with that. But talking more on a practical level of things that are happening today. Now, the cool thing is that Maitreya is not coming for just a few years and that's it. He's actually going to be with us, guiding us for the whole of the age of Aquarius, which is about 3,000 or so years. So he will be central to the lives of everyone on this planet. And these masters will be coming out not long after he declares himself to the world through what Benjamin Creme calls the Day of Declaration. And we'll talk about that later. But for now, it's the global Pentecost, where people will hear his call for service and call to save the world in their own language, in their own head, while watching him on TV. And we'll talk again about that later. But these masters will then start to come out and work on all sorts of manners of human endeavor, whether it's the arts, or politics, or sharing the world's resources, beautification of the cities, and so forth. And all of Maitreya's priorities, which I mentioned in another video, and we'll talk about it in greater depth later, these masters will work and help humanity moment to moment to help them accomplish these Maitreya's priorities. And I wanted to leave you with something that Maitreya said at a peace rally in London many years ago. He said, keep your eyes on the prize, and the prize is humanity. Thank you for letting me share this side of the story, and I look forward to talking to you again in future videos. Have a great day.